$500K for her head. And they can just find her in Texas at a retirement community. Hold on, Google. Now, when you get to her Instagram, there's an email titled Clive Davis. She said, I don't think Clive Davis sent this. I don't know who sent this. He probably didn't. But this is the stuff that I'm getting. Why was that IP address not checked and verified before you posted it? Internet capability, that's light shit. That's just light shit, okay? That's one lie, that's two lies. All right, third lie. Jaguar. Now here's where it gets graphic, okay? So if you are triggered, if you are sensitive to anything that I'm about to say regarding sexual assault or whatever, please click off this video right now, okay? I'm not your mama, I'm not your counselor, I'm not your therapist, okay? So if you don't have anybody to console you right now while I literally unwind this lie, please just click off the video. Now, early on when I asked her, I never knew how the interview was going to go. I just knew I wanted to interview Jaguar. That's what you guys wanted. You know, she done spilled all this celebrity wine for the last 2 months. So why not interview her? And that's exactly what I did. You know, I wasn't prepared for what I was going to get. She told me I wasn't going to get nothing. But she gave me something. She gave me just enough to work with tonight. Now, how many times have you been raped, Jaguar? Is what I asked her. 7 times. Damn, that's a lot. Now listen, I am not negating her trauma. I am not dismissing her trauma. I am just merely pointing out the inconsistencies regarding her trauma. Because this woman, if you've watched the video, has stated that she is extremely brilliant. She is extremely intelligent. She is a genius. But if you watch that video, if you unsubscribe from that video, I asked her later on in that video, and you can rewind it back, how many times were you raped? You guys got mad. Why are you asking her the same questions? Well, I've worked in the hospitality industry for a long time, and we gave personality tests. And if you've ever taken a personality test, okay, you will notice that the questions on the personality test are the same questions, just reworded, okay? That's how they figure out your character. That's how they figure out if you're going to be somewhat decent, but you never know until you meet the individual. And 2, when a person talks so much to the point where you gotta play double dutch, bitch. You gotta play double dutch to jump in to get a question. Half the time, 90% of the time, when you talk so much because you don't have time to process what you've said, you can't remember your lies. So that's exactly why I asked her the same question, different areas. And when we look at Exhibit C, Jaguar, how many times were you raped? 7. Early in the interview, then when she talked and took over. Checked me on my own show. Hey, she's my guest. She can check me in my house. Okay, I invited her in. I welcomed her voice. The floor is yours, okay? The idea is to keep her there. And I kept her there. I'm glad I did. God is good. Now, later on in the interview, Jaguar, how many times have you been raped? 10. Now, I said, now for a bitch that know everybody's specifics, but not really, okay? Because anytime you ask her a question, she asks you a question, okay? Or gives you some metaphorical reason like a pastor, like her daddy taught her, because he was a pastor. So she says, I don't know. That's what she said. Now, how is it that you remember everything about everybody's business? You even remembered so-called that Chris Brown was arrested on the red carpet when you Google it, you'll clearly see that little boy walked his ass on down to the damn police station. You'll see that. He turned his ass in because Rihanna was snitching and shit. Yeah, okay. She pulled back because she was a young bitch in love. That's okay. That's that, you know. Plenty of women done got their ass beat and went back. That's her business. Now, but you remember all this stuff about everybody's details. 15 years back. We're going to get into Leash Keys here in a second. 15 years back. but you cannot remember. And I'm a sexual assault survivor. I was molested. I was touched. Okay? You guys said I lacked empathy. I lacked sympathy. No. I lacked patience for the bullshit is what I lacked. Let me drink some wine. Hold on. Now, 7, 10, you were gang raped 3 times. And then when we were talking, there was a 3rd time that came up. She scuffled. Well, yeah. Start talking fast. Yeah. In the interview, rewind it back. Please. You can jump off right now and go find it. Come back and watch this later. Now, just so you can follow what I'm saying. Exhibit C. Now, as someone, I did speak to a doctor regarding this situation here. Now, there's a possibility, okay? Now, I'm not negating the fact that she was raped 7 or 10. It doesn't matter. She was raped. Doesn't matter. But for me, you got to understand, you out here spilling all this wine. You out here doing this. You out here saying that. People are prostitutes. People are doing all of this. But you get upset when people get in your business. It don't work like that. It don't work like that, y'all. That's not how it goes. Okay? Y'all get in my business and you have the right to. Every right, okay? As a matter of fact, I welcome you into the house. Y'all would probably be more in my business, but if it wasn't for my husband's privacy, it's only so much I can give. Now, Exhibit C. Now, I'm not negating the fact that she was raped. One rape is a rape, okay? Especially if it happened since you were 4 years old. Now, you guys ask, why did you ask her about a hymen? Because I'm a sexual assault survivor, okay? And there's certain terminology that we use. I can't say, when did you lose your virginity to a rapist? No. I say, when was your hymen broken? Virginity is when you give consensual sex to someone that you love. Okay? And that's not the case. So I talk to her like a sexual assault survivor would talk. Migo to amigo. You understand? Okay? Where is my little friend? Now listen, my wife. So I spoke with the doctor. I said, now I got to put this out, but I need to clear something up. Now she said 7, she said 10. I mean, 1 time is too much. 1 time is wrong. Okay? But if you claim that you're a genius and you're brilliant and you remember every single specific detail, okay? Those specifics, I don't know a woman that doesn't remember because it's so traumatic. Now, we're going to get into the mental illness aspect in a second, but when I spoke to the doctor, I said, I want to approach this in a very, very, very delicate way, okay? And she said, well, Tasha, a lot of times, people can be in relationships, right? And, they can still be in a relationship, but you still have to give consent to your partner. Husbands can rape, their wives. Boyfriends can rape their girlfriends. It doesn't mean they own your body, okay? It doesn't mean that, all right? And so she probably was raped more or less if that's what she was, referencing. But at the same time, okay, when you put a specific number out there and you claim to be a genius and you're brilliant and you're putting out other details on everybody else's business, but you can't remember yours, we got questions. We have questions, okay? Questions. Teddy, put your head up. Put your head up. Come on now. Don't be trying to go. No. They tried me. Now listen. Let's talk about the mental illness, okay? Now, because I am a sexual assault survivor, okay, I have dealt with my own share of mental illness, okay? Anxiety, all right? I probably could have more if I didn't watch my diet and stuff like that. You understand? I'm very, very strict about what I take in because I know certain things can make me paranoid. It can make me depressed. You understand? I don't run from that. That is a reality. I will always suffer from anxiety. I will always suffer from depression. I'm literally just 1 cookie away. Because when the cookie spike your sugar up and it goes down, there you go. I'm sad. I'm crying. What the hell going on? Y'all don't know why I'm crying. My husband be like, what the fuck wrong with you? Now listen, okay? When I asked her, given the trauma that she had gone through, because you got to understand, I was not expecting the interview to go the way that it did. I just told Jaguar, I'm just going to ask you some questions, okay? And based on all of the other interviews that I studied, okay, I knew that maybe it was probably some trauma there. Maybe it was probably some things going on. So why not ask? And all she had to do was say yes or no. Okay, but y'all asses want to take it a step further. Y'all asses want to get in some business you ain't got no business being in, okay? Y'all want to assume, diagnose, tell me I'm narcissistic. I'll be that. That's your opinion. That's cool. But listen, what you're not going to do, all right, is this. Mental illness. Have you ever been diagnosed with mental illness? She said disassociative, and then she got quiet. I suffer from rage. It's the rage that gets me. I have woken up, I have gone to sleep and woken up in other countries, gone to sleep in one country. You wake up in another country and they're calling you Ashley. And you're like, why are you calling me Ashley? My name is Jackie, Jacqueline, Jackie, Jaguar. Now, a mind like mine, because I'm very logical. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm a Pisces to a certain extent. I'll go deep with you, but I ain't going to go too deep down in the ocean, okay? I'm a surface bitch. Now, listen. A mind like mine asks, how did you get sleep from one country to the other? You got on the plane. There was a passport with your name, Jacqueline Wright, on it. Jacqueline Suzette Wright. You go through TSA. You get checked. You have to take off your shoes. You got to put your hands up. You got to check your bags. You got to board the plane. I know ain't nobody carrying her big ass. Don't try that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. Ain't nobody carry that big ass through TSA and put her on a plane, okay? She walks her ass, but I'm trying to figure out, she gave a passport. And you woke up in another country internationally and they are calling you Ashley. My mom was diagnosed as a schizophrenic. So me, I'm putting two and two together. I ain't no doctor. But if you're in denial about your dissociative personality disorder, which is a disorder, okay, where you disassociate yourself from a traumatic event. Hence, you're having sex with someone, you've been raped, you take yourself out of the body so you can get through the sex. Prostitutes do that. So you wonder how do prostitutes lay down with everybody? Because their mind is somewhere else. They're not there. They're there physically, but their mind is an out-of-body experience. Okay? Now, Jaguar says she went to sleep as Jaguar Jacqueline, Suzette Wright, and woke up as Ashley. Don't know how she got there. Mom suffers from schizophrenia. There is a video with Jaguar that I will put on my Patreon where she actually states that a lot of her family members suffer from schizophrenia. So I'm putting two and two together with all the trauma that you've gone through. You can't remember whether or not it's 7 or 10. You can't remember going to sleep and waking up. Going to sleep as Jacqueline, waking up as Ashley. You're saying that an 88-year-old white man with a hump in his back that can barely hear is on YouTube listening to your videos and he has a bounty on your head and he hasn't seen you in 15 years. But you're not schizophrenic. I raise the question. Is it possible that you could possibly suffer from a tad bit and be a tad bit paranoid and schizophrenic simply because your family have been diagnosed with that and given your trauma? I would be something if I've been gang raped 3 times, molested by my uncles. I'm clinically diagnosed with anxiety and depression. And if I don't take care of myself, run, eat right, okay, that's what happens. I'm sorry to keep y'all up late with this, but I had time tonight. Let the church say amen. Now listen. Okay? This is my communion wine. Let us take a break real quick. I got to pay the bills around here. We got some sponsors that we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass.
Did. Because you didn't think that people would fall. You thought that everybody was going to continue to fall for your facade and your fake bullshit. You thought that because you're an atheist, or because you've been burnt by the church, or whatever the case may be, because you don't believe in God, you think that you won't receive karma. I'm here to let you know, baby, listen, you can play whatever powers that you want to be with, but listen, God is real and karma's a bitch. And you're going to get it. Every bit of it. Look at your girl, Wendy Williams. It's coming for you, bitch. You're going to get it. And you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like when everybody is calling you something and you know that you were trying to live in your truth and you were trying to do your job and everybody turns on you and then you got people pushing and digging in the narrative. That's what it feels like. And you don't like it, huh? It's got you up at 12 a.m. It had you up live from your closet. You couldn't sleep all week. And now you went on a manic episode. You don't like that feeling, did you? Do you? But you put that on everybody else. Now here your ass is up there looking crazy. Looking crazy. And you're making it worse. And you're making it worse. And you're making it worse. Here's the thing, Tasha. Tasha K said something to me that just really tickled my fancy. She said, all Jaguar rights news and information was from a friend of a friend. Oh my God. Well, ain't that the turd saying that the laundry stank? Come on. I mean, at this point, we're talking about Unwind with Tasha K. Has she had anything or anybody on her platform other than a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend? Has she ever had an exclusive that came directly from a source, or has it been from a friend of a friend of a friend of a sidekick cousin from 1972? What are we talking about here? Jaguar Right is you, and you are your sister, Jaguar Right. What are we talking about? Half of your news comes from a friend of a friend of a friend. Everybody you've interviewed has been a sidekick friend, long distance relative, cousin, associate, old high school team member. Stop playing. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a text. Oh, I'm talking too close. Okay, let me see. I'm talking too close to the mic, okay? Stop playing. How dare you? A friend of a friend of a friend. Half of her news comes from a friend of a friend of a friend. And you got the nerve to be mad at Jaguar Right and try to expose her. How you exposing Jaguar Right for a liar when you said that on your platform you're willing to lie. You're willing to put out fake news for the clicks and the views. So Tasha K, you and Jaguar are one and the same, Miss Mamas. But what here's the tea. Here's the tea. This is, and then let's not even go to, I'm so tired of even talking about your sidekick because she's so damn dumb and stupid. But you was smart. You got that fool so wrapped all the way up in contract. All he can do is like posts. What an idiot. So you're going to sit here and just completely debunk the whole little situation that he got going on because your ego. He's an idiot and so are you. And anybody that thinks that this is okay, y'all are both fools. And listen, that's why I don't respect that man. Because he will sit there and let you dog him out like that and make him look like a freaking fool. Ain't gonna sit and crawl behind you like a hoe. He better stay very quiet. And if you do decide to speak out, you better not open your mouth in this direction, queen. Because I will eat you alive, girl. have no respect for that queen. She's so late. Such a coward. I wouldn't dare be having Tasha K play in my face like that. I wouldn't dare. That queen could never. She better stay somewhere where she's at and stay quiet. She better stay out of this one. But anyway, this is crazy. I'm gagging. I'm literally gagging because I'm like, why is she doing this? And she's like exposing the father, the mother, the dad. She says she's going to post all the background. She went and paid for background checks on these people to post on her Patreon. Tasha K, all that because you was wrong? And the audience didn't resonate with your content? Like, girl, like, let's take all the show and all the antics. Everybody's not going to resonate. You know what, Tasha K? You went on this whole philosophical rant about how you wake up every day wanting to lose and how you love to lose and you're hoping to fail every day. You wake up wishing to fail and aiming to fail. Some stupid BS that didn't make any sense. And you didn't believe that stupid shit either, because here you are now at 12 a.m. on a Tuesday night ranting and raving like you ain't took your manic medication. Tasha K is not okay. Then you sat there and acted as if, oh, I only lost 1,000 subscribers. No, you lost about 5,000 and you care. See, here's the thing. You thought that people were always going to follow you and you can manipulate people and everybody was going to be for your BS and your lies. Tasha K, welcome. You're getting closer and closer to that brick wall, and I'm going to be here to usher you into it every step of the way. I want to see how hard you hit it. And I'm going to make sure that you take your seatbelt off, too, because I want you to kind of fly into it. I think you should go real fast and hit the brakes as hard as you can. And make sure you take the seatbelt off, and let's see what happens. Because you deserve it. You're going to get your karma, girl, and it's slowly coming at you. It's slowly eating you. You may not get it today, you may not get it tomorrow, but girl, you're going down. Because you play a dirty, dirty game. And you play a dirty game. Because here's the thing. I thought you were trash. But I realized that tonight you're trash. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because, girl, what you did was unnecessary. Everybody know that Jaguar Wright ain't all the way together. But you could have just said, you know what? These people want to believe in Jaguar Wright, girl. Y'all can have it. I feel the way that I feel. I apologize. I'm moving on. Girl, y'all want to unsubscribe? You have to eat that. I would have been at 100,000. Everybody was like, oh, it's the competition. See, now we can talk. I would have been at 100,000. But it was people like you and others that was pushing that OG narrative on me. I lost 5,000. Then I started doing tarot. Lost another 5. Lost 10,000 subscribers. You helped in that. So now you know how that feels. And guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to pull yourself out and keep doing the content. Take the L. You got to learn from it. And listen, things happen that way because you went about it in the wrong direction. First of all, you should have never took the interview. Nobody was begging you to do it. Nobody was asking you to do it. She had already done the interviews. Nobody cared if you had interviewed Jaguar Wright. You wanted to interview Jaguar Wright because you were feeling greedy, and that was your ego. You wanted your ego. That's where your ego met your greed. See, your ego was the fact that you couldn't fathom the fact that your mentee was getting more views than you consistently, and it hit 1 million. Your ego couldn't let you fathom or stomach the fact that you haven't been viral since R. Kelly. Your ego couldn't let you fathom the fact that you still haven't surpassed Lovely T. Oh. Your ego. And then there's your greed. the greed to be the one to, make that money, and the sponsors, and, the views and the celebrity and the fame of it all. And the one where they say, well, this is the real interviewer. Tasha K's the ultimate interviewer. It was your greed. And it backfired. It backfired, girl. But that's called karma. That's because spirit and energy and God is real. You think that you think that darkness is going to prevail forever? You think that demonic dark spirit that you have is always going to win? Let me tell you something. You can skate around this earth a little bit, but let me tell you something. That spirit, that dark demonic spirit that you have there, that only lasts a little while. Eventually that gets tired out. That spirit gets drained out, and it needs to recharge. And then that spirit will definitely meet its match. And if not, and guess what that spirit also does? It eats and destroys you from the inside out. Oh, and bitch, it's eating. It's eating, Miss Mamas. You didn't look right. You didn't look okay tonight. You looked a mess. And it wasn't your hair and makeup this time. It was your soul. It was your spirit. It was your aura. It was nasty. People got to see your spirit in the witching hour. You looked horrible tonight, girl. With all those bright lights, that pretty white blouse, those ashy white armpits. With all that white and all that light, there was nothing but dark, deadly shadow energy all around you. And I felt it. See, it's not enough makeup in the world. Not enough blue light, green light, deodorant that could have hid that stench, that shadow, that dark, that demonic energy that you were putting out tonight. And I can't even stand Jaguar Ride. Can't stand Storm on Roll either. But girl, you are a piece of work. And I'm just gagging at the fact that, you really went up there and in all seriousness, Tasha K, that wasn't good. And it wasn't good because you couldn't bow out gracefully and be wrong. You just had to, you couldn't fathom Tasha K being wrong. But the whole thing is, girl, you only made yourself look stupider because you knew Jaguar Wright was full of BS, according to you. You thought she was full of crap way before this. However, if you wouldn't have gotten dragged in the interview, you would have never exposed her in this way. But it was all good when you were watching her and you were helping her get with Storm and this, that, and the third. But when you're wrong, you try to deflect it, and then you go on and you go and start exposing. That's not cool. Just be wrong. But you can't be wrong, huh? You can't apologize. You can't. So you just got to go be nasty. You got to be nastier. Just forget it. They're already mad. Let's make them more mad. You lost 1,000 more subscribers doing that live. What you want to do? See how low you can go? See if you can get down to 800? Why would you do that? Like, for what? You know you care. This did not help your case. And then to go be digging up these people's personal records. Tasha K, that was not a good move, girl. No shade. That was not a good move. I wouldn't have done that. Your husband shouldn't have let you do that. You looked a mess. And it wasn't your physical. It was your spirit. It was your inside. I always felt that, whatever. I felt like I'm be honest with you. I felt like, you were a nasty person, but it just confirmed today that you are really a nasty person and you don't care about anybody but yourself. It really goes to show that Tasha K doesn't care about anyone but herself. Not even her own, not people that she worked with, not her husband, nobody. Like, she's got a problem. That lady is, but I told y'all, She talks about everybody else. She has mental issues. The way that she got up there and ranted like that and went and researched that lady all day to come and nastily like expose her, like that's grimy. Like, don't let the nice production fool you. Like, it's wrapped up in a nice, pretty, it's lights, it's camera. But really, that's Tasha K and that platform, and what she's selling you is bullshit. Like, it's literally shit that stinks. Imagine on your birthday or on Christmas, you get a nice, pretty box, and you open it, and it's just shit in it. That's Tasha K. It's beautiful. But when you break it down to its simplest form, it's just shit. And it stinks. And you've seen that tonight. You've seen that in its purest form tonight. I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, these last couple of months, Tasha K has really been showing you who she is. Somebody said, now you're on Jaguar's side. I'm not on Jaguar's side. I think Jaguar Wright is crazy. I don't like Jaguar Wright at all. I think Jaguar Wright is a liar. Been saying it. But that's not the point here. The point here is the fact that Tasha K, you're supposed to be for black women. You're supposed to be for black women empowerment. See, even if Jaguar Wright is lying, that wasn't the problem though. You could have exposed her for her lies, but it was the fact that you were trying to use her trauma or use her things to try to make her look stupid. Like, it was like you were being condescending. See, it wasn't the fact that she felt like Jaguar was lying. It was the fact that she came in it with like an expository vendetta instead of just asking the questions like an interviewer and then catching the lies as a professional. It was almost like, I'm better than you, and I'm finna get on here and make a mockery out of you. That's why the people were upset. They weren't really upset that you didn't believe her. It was the way that you handled it. It was the way that you interviewed it. It was the way that she did it. That's why. I think that if she would have just been like, I kind of don't believe that. I don't think that people would have tripped, because she has every right to think that the woman was a liar. But it was the nastiness in the undertone of how she conducted the interview that turned people off. That's what it was. I don't like Jaguar Wright. I think Jaguar Wright is a freaking liar. And we know Jaguar Wright is off. But at the same time, I still wouldn't have handled it like that. So, yeah, and like I said, somebody said this is bigger than Jag. This is bigger than Jag. Tasha K has a problem. And here's the thing. She's not going to change. People will still watch her because they want, like I've been telling you guys this for now 2 years. People want to see the train wreck. Tasha K is going to run herself into a brick wall. Don't get it twisted. It's going to look pretty. She's going to make it look good. She's going to make you feel like she's selling all these products and she's making all this money. She's so happy. You can't if anybody is spiritual in any way, then you cannot continue to do wrong by people and be blessed. Now, you can do wrong by people and be blessed. But what goes around truly does come around. And Tasha K is going to gag. And guess what? She might be not realizing it, but she might be building herself up to be bigger than she ever thought she could be before, just so that she can gag in front of the whole wide world. Now sip on that. Because when she gags, the world is going to see that woman gag. Just like they watching Wendy Williams gag. What goes up must come down. Don't ever get it twisted. What lives must die. So you could be hot today, but when you on your way down, you got to remember everybody that you burned and you pooped on your way up. And let's be clear, the bigger the platform, we're going to see it when you get that moment. Everybody's going to see it, girl. So you should start doing right by somebody. Try, because you definitely gonna reap what you sow, and it's a lot of people waiting for it. So it's coming. If you don't think nothing else is coming, girl, you're gonna get what you deserve. And that's a fact. And I don't feel bad. And I don't feel bad because I've seen a dark spirit tonight. I cannot stand Jaguar. I cannot stand Storm Monroe. But the fact that that woman just could not be like, yo, I was wrong. When she when she has helped push narratives on people like me. Now you got to see what it feels like when the people will turn on you. Now you see what it feels like. You didn't like that, but you helped push that narrative on me. That whole monkey gate. You pushed that on me. And you recently went and tried to push a black woman narrative. So this is what you get, bitch, and I hope you burn in hell. And I hope they drag you every single day. You deserve it. I'm sorry, I had to get that off. Yeah, man, because she does that. Now she getting a dose of her own medicine. Now she don't like that. Now she up, going off. Let me take some calls. We're not going to be on here all night. Okay. They said, did you want her to mentor you before? I did want her to mentor me at one point, but then I realized that she was trash. I know I'm going to need y'all to start updating yourself on your news. My thing is, the number is 563-999-3658. Hold on. Hello?
Hey, Armand.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, so I feel like she just proved every single point you made about her.
From all this time. Tonight was a very special, it was a nasty, tonight was dark, man. That was not good.
Yes. It was just, first of all, Jaguar, that interview was hours long. She made a lot of allegations against many celebrities. It's as a professional celebrity blogger with almost 1 million followers, she should have done her research and basically researched those allegations and brought them up one by one just to debunk her. But instead, you went for her personal life and tried to deny her trauma.
But it wasn't even
she never does her research.
Well, not even that. Let's take Jag out of it. Let's just take the fact that, girl, you didn't do the greatest interview. The people got this is more about her ego. People dragged her. Right. She didn't come across they unsubscribed on her. They turned on her. They left her. Some people left her. She felt I'm unwind with Tasha K. That's why when you heard her say, y'all can go watch these other bloggers, but they'll never do it like me. She's a narcissist. It's her ego. So the narc in her, that deep, dark, negative spirit came out and said, you know what? Y'all got my back against the wall. Now I'm going to really expose this whore. She's a schizo. Her family's crazy. Her dad's crazy. Her mom's crazy. She's crazy. The husband she just met, and he's on this and he's on that. I'm whoa. Girl.
Yeah, that was very ugly.
That was a lot.
Very ugly.
That was nasty.
Very ugly. I'm sorry, but that was just too much. That's not the angle that you should go for. It just seemed too personal to me.
Yes.
It seems too personal. I'm sorry, but something is driving her, and I don't know what it is. But I'm going to let you get to the rest of these calls.
Thank you. My thing is this. As a viewer, I do my little personal stuff. So I'm not going to, but listen, She just cannot admit that she was wrong. It's like, girl, you were wrong. You do wrong by people. Maybe you're not always wrong, but in this instant, this was not a good interview. The people didn't like it, but she couldn't take that. She couldn't take it. But the reason why it hit different, because she knew she shouldn't have did the damn interview in the first place. She was wrong for undercutting her freaking mentee. She should have never undercut him. But she undercutted him. That was step number one that you shouldn't have done. So that's why it didn't work out in the first place, because you didn't even go into it with the right intentions, with the right spirit, with the right energy. You didn't do it. That was nasty. 0816.
Oh, hey, Omar, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right. I think that it's just so strange. Well, for her, I was disappointed in that, and all of that. That was ugly, and I totally get what you're saying, especially with their whole R thing. It was so. But anyway, I have a question. With the storm thing, I feel like it was something else was controlling him more than a contract. And that's something that I saw earlier on that was very disturbing. Do you remember that one and only live they did, and he was cracking the belt?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe, yeah. Mm-hmm. Tell me about it.
That was extremely uncomfortable to watch. Now, like I told you, I found y'all because of the Wendy thing. And so I was like, oh, man, she's got all this tea on Wendy. And then this storm guy popped up, and I was like, what is this? I don't understand this. And I didn't even know about – and then I found you because of her. And I said, wow, look at this guy. So it's all this thing. But anyway, that storm so that she never had him on the thing again. I just I don't like the vibe with that. I feel like there was some sort of I hate to say it, but I do feel like there was some sort of weird sexual energy. And I feel like the reaction that she got from that video, she was like, I can't never have him on with me again. You know, there was something wasn't right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't.
So.
I don't know. I just think that storm is.
Yeah. So what? And whatever. It's just creepy. I just want to know what you thought about that when it comes to storm.